A user on Vortex is concerned about his GTI not being worth much. He says, "We have 3 vehicles for 2 people, and I was thinking about getting rid of the GTI and buying something that I can put my dogs in and use as a daily driver. It's expensive to maintain and insure 3 cars. I was told I can get about $15K on a trade. I called CarMax and the guy told me that the phone is ringing off the hook with VW people calling to sell their cars. Needless to say, I didn't bother. This really sucks that non-diesel cars are being affected. When do you think it will rebound?"
Okay, so vehicle value. We actually made a quick video in another AskDAP question that talked about vehicle value, but I felt like we can touch on this a little bit more just because the Dieselgate situation is very unlikely to be anything related to the reason why your vehicle value is severely diminished as you feel. First, a lot of people are trying to trade their vehicle. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I've talked to a bunch of people who I know in the automotive business who have a lot of experience. They buy a lot of wholesale vehicles because they're on the sales side of things. And they've told me that it doesn't seem like the general VW auction values are diminished in any way. They said they've seen less volume, but I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of that would be. If you would have less volume, you would think the value would either stay the same or potentially go up, but there's some issues around that as well. The really important part to know about this situation is trading your car in after 1 year of ownership is pretty much never a good idea. It's always going to be a problem. Now, we actually pulled this information. The Edmunds has this really good write-up that we'll link to. But basically, if you take a look, this depicts the depreciation of a new vehicle after purchase. Now, the vehicle that they use an example on was a 370Z, and you see you have at 0 miles purchased brand new, the car has X value. I want to say it's around 29,000. After 1 mile and driving off the lot in 1 minute of ownership, it's depreciated by, I think it's around $2,600. And then after 1 year of ownership with roughly 15,000 miles, which is going to vary. So if you have 12,000 miles, just keep in mind this number is still going to be close. Just because you have 2,000 or 3,000 miles less, it's not necessarily going to be a significant jump in value. But if you look at that third number, it's now depreciated like $5,600. And so you see after 1 year of ownership of a vehicle, your vehicle is appreciated by $5,600. But I guarantee you that you haven't necessarily had that much value offset and paid down on the balance of your vehicle, assuming you're financing it. And so you're gonna be underwater, guaranteed, just basic math. And that also depends on how good of a deal you negotiated on the front end of purchasing the vehicle in the first place, along with interest rates and blah, 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 and all the other stuff. The bottom line is, don't trade a car after a year. It's never going to be a good news for you. You're always going to be upset. Maybe if you have some sort of ultra rare car like a Hellcat or something that, that is in crazy high demand and really low production, that would probably be a car that you could probably trade after a year. But other than that, there is really no vehicle you can drive off the lot and trade it in a year and probably be happy with the price you're going to get for the vehicle. Thank you for watching episode 17 of the AskDAP Show. If you want your questions answered, shoot us an email, info@shopdap.com.